In 5 minutes, the Midnight Movie continues our dance month with Fred Astaire and Eleanor Powell in Broadway Melody of 1940. But first now, the news on to at 13.5 minutes to midnight.
A symbolic show of unity after the Labour Party's special one-day conference. The party was united in condemning government policies, but less united over its own, although they were given formal endorsement. Mr. Callaghan opened with a strong personal attack.
Thatcher is obsessional about the wrong things, and her worst obsession is her belief that a rigid monetarist policy, together with a reduction in public expenditure, will be the twin remedies that will increase productivity, reduce inflation, ensure lower wage settlements, and somehow infuse new life and vigour into British industry.
The attack on the Prime Minister was one of the few things the conference were united on, say our political staff. There was disagreement on other major topics, including nuclear missiles and pay policy. 3 of the 4 main speeches came from senior figures on the left, while Mr. Callaghan's defence of his own position got little applause. He said Labour's overall objectives would not be reached without a better understanding with the unions. But it was Mr. Tony Benn who got the best reception. He gave delegates an uncompromising statement of left-wing policies in a speech which brought most of them to their feet in the only standing ovation of the day.
Comrades, when we return to power, we shall inherit a situation as critical as the 1945 Labour government. Then there were 3 million men and women in the services who had to be demobilized and put back into industry Hitler had tried to destroy by bombing. We shall find 2 or 3 million demoralized, long-term unemployed, who have to be put back to work in factories, not that Hitler has bombed, but that Thatcher and Joseph have closed. And it will be a major task that we have to undertake.
The Prime Minister of New Zealand, Mr. Robert Muldoon, who arrived in London today, has had what are described as urgent talks with Mrs. Thatcher over Britain's EEC budget deal. An agreement on lamb production was reached in Brussels, but New Zealand still has to accept it.
We're very seriously concerned about the sheep meat regime, and until we are certain that we can get a situation that protects our vital interests, then there is no way that we would acquiesce.
And in West Germany, opposition seems to be growing to the Brussels agreement. The finance minister is quoted as saying that he will not accept the proposals. A British boat with armed police on board is on its way to the rebel island of Espirito Santo in the New Hebrides to rescue Britons and Commonwealth citizens who are stranded there. The government of the New Hebrides say the rebellion is backed by French planters and American businessmen. Mrs. Mirabel Topham, the former owner of the Grand National Course at Aintree, has died. She was 88. Mrs. Topham became chief of the Aintree Company in the 1930s and quickly won the reputation of being a formidable business opponent. Nothing was allowed to interfere with the race, not even the BBC, with whom she had long-running disputes over coverage. John Conte made a successful comeback in the ring tonight by beating American James Dixon in a light heavyweight bout in Liverpool. The referee stopped the fight in the 5th round. 2 months ago, the British boxer suffered a humiliating defeat in 4 rounds against the world champion Matthew Saad Muhammad. South Africa beat the British Lions by 26 points to 22 in the final minute of the first rugby union test in Cape Town. This move brought the 5th of the Springboks tries and the first victory of the Lions since 1968. The Lions had produced only 1 try, but record kicking by Tony Ward put them ahead. With time running out, the Springboks scrum half, Serfontein, broke from a ruck to bring a deserved victory. Finally, Boston's been celebrating her 350th anniversary and long maritime heritage with a spectacular display by some of the world's finest tall ships. Walter Cronkite of CBS News watched them sail through the harbour, the Constitution, old Ironsides at their head, a cannon firing in salute.
An age gone by, but preserved by national maritime training ships like the U.S. Coast Guard's Eagle. 7 nations sent their tall ships. Denmark's Danmark, Spain's Juan Sebastian, Norway's Christian Radich, Ecuador's Guaya, Colombia's Gloria, West Germany's Gorschfalk. 14 others over 100 feet joined the parade. The lure of the sea, it drew, they said, 1 to 1.5 million persons to Boston's waterfront. The spectator fleet, 1,500 to 2,000 boats, an armada of pleasure craft, testament to American prosperity, probably $30 million worth of boats out there. Every man's boat to him is a yacht, evocative of dreams of distant seas and exotic ports. The nation remembers the tall ships of '76. Boston will long remember the tall ships of 1980. And that's the way it is, Friday, May 30th, 1980. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News, aboard the Danish ship Denmark in Boston Harbor. Good night.
And from me on Saturday, May 31, good night.
And the weather now. Tomorrow, apart from a little rain in eastern England at first, most of Scotland and eastern England will be dry with some sunny intervals, although it'll become generally cloudy later. Northern Ireland, Wales, southern and western England will start dry and bright, but more rain will reach the extreme southwest of England by afternoon and spread to most parts later in the day. That's the forecast. Tomorrow on 2, Broken Lance. Spencer Tracy, in one of his finest roles, plays Matt Devereux, a ruthless cattle farmer who takes action when miners pollute his water supply.
The river is on my land. You're on my land. You close this operation down till you find a way to clean up that stream, or I'll close it for you.
Oh? And just how do you propose to do that?
Well, the first thing I'll do is get an injunction against you in the United States federal court. And then the next thing I'll do is get a United States deputy marshal to enforce it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fair idea. Of course, if you did that, you'd throw all these men out of work. They wouldn't like that.
You listen to me, you pasty-faced eastern tin horn. You close this operation down, or I'll come in here and pull it down around your ears.
And I'll be waiting right here for you. You know, you're right about one thing, Devereux. The company didn't send me out here to be buffaloed by a loudmouth farmer with a squaw for a wife and a half.
Go ahead. Pull it. Draw and I'll blow your head off.
Robert Wagner and Spencer Tracy star in Broken Lance tomorrow evening at 8:20 here on BBC2. This is BBC2. And now, the Midnight Movie, as Hollywood makes a contribution to our dance month with Fred Astaire and Eleanor Powell and the music of Cole Porter in Broadway Melody of 1940.